going to be looking at sorting out some ignition. As you can see, I've got the internal cover off and the external cover over there where the point should go. I've basically got this engine without a magneto in it. The guy who bought it off was going to fit electronic ignition, which yeah, I did think about that, and I did say I was going to do that, but having a look at what they cost, I'm wondering whether it's actually something I really want to be doing at the moment. Just for ignition side alone, you're looking at 340 quid for the kit, and with a lighting circuit, which I do want to fit a stop lamp to this because I do want to run it on the road. Would be nice to have a stop light. I think it was 380, so yeah, I'm gonna go to start with anyway. At any rate, a cheaper option. And a lot of reason why people fit electronic ignition to these is because the system isn't very reliable. It does have a few design flaws. The main one being that the ignition coil condenser is all fitted close to the main source of heat, so yeah, failings there straight away, isn't there really? But there are a few ways around that. The coil can be moved. There's several things you can do with that. You could fit a Japanese, like a fizzy coil or something, external coil. Remove the HT winding from the ignition coil and just directly connect to the external coil. You can get around it that way, kind of energy transfer system. Or just with the condenser and change it to a you should be able to fit one in here, I think, like a car type condenser, or modern motorcycle type condenser. That's one option you can do, which is probably what I'm going to do. And the other failing is with the pickup. I can just see that in there. So your normal HT lead would come in through here, and sort of like a spring-loaded like carbon pickup onto that little bit there, little dimple in there. The way around that, because that is a major point of failure, that carbon pickup. I remember years and years ago a mate of mine had a Greeves, and yeah, most things ran okay except from that would just occasionally fall out and you'd lose all the ignition. Then you'd have to fiddle around and mess around with that. So the way around that is just to directly solder your HT lead onto there and do away with the carbon pickup and all that. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to do to start with anyway. I have actually ordered a new ignition coil. Lighting coils, don't seem to be able to get those. I've not found those anywhere, so hopefully these will test okay. I'll test the HT coil, but like I say, I've ordered a new one, so it doesn't really matter about that. I'm just going to replace that. Yeah, so I think that will sort it out. have got to just, I'm going to use this. This is the one that came off. It's in a slightly better condition than this. I mean, this probably would clean up, but I'm just going to remove everything from there and replace it onto there. That's also got a new oil seal in there as well, so I'm going to use that one. Yeah, I've got to make up a little, I want some Delrin, just going to make up a little plug to go in here, bore a hole in for the HT lead to come through, so that will solve that little issue there. Yeah, and there's the mag. Looks rusty around here. There's a bit of rust around here. That'll need a bit of clean up, but actually the taper is smooth. There's no rust in there. That's a nice taper. So that should be okay. And we do seem to have plenty of magnetism. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. This obviously needs a good clean up, as does everything in there. That, hopefully that thread will be okay. Yeah, so I think that'll be the first thing I'll do. I'll just give this a good general clean up. Oh yeah, I'll just test the coils as well. We'll have a look at those. Couldn't find an exact sort of measurement for the lighting coils, but apparently they should, as long as they're under 1 ohm, they should be okay. And primary on the ignition coil between 0.5 ohm and 2.5 ohms. Secondary should be 20k. So we'll just have a little look at that for interest. Set that 200 ohms. If I can get that in shot somewhere. There. We'll do it. Right, let's just get a nice ground somewhere. Point 0.5, 0.3, yeah, so we've got continuity. I'll drop 0.2. 0.3, 0.2, yeah. Right, let's try the other one. 0.5, 0.4, 0.4. Yeah, so they should be okay. Right. What have we got on here? Looks a bit heavyweight, that bit of wire. On there. Point 7. Point 6. Yeah, so that's within spec. That's the primary. Right, to do the other one is a bit more tricky. Right, set this to 20k. Get a good contact there. Well, nothing. Let's try 200k. No, I think that is no good. Nothing on the secondary at all. Let's just try continuity. No. So yeah, just as well I ordered that HT coil. Right, So the next thing, I think, start stripping these off. That don't look that good. Right, I think I'm going to have to, I want to reuse this socket, this little connector here. I have to just desolder these. My battery is getting a little bit, yeah. Need to charge my battery up, I think. That should be steady green light. Fired up the main soldering iron while we're waiting for that battery to charge. That's some funny old solder on there. To throw a bit of modern stuff on it to get it to go. There we go. Right, clean them up later. Soon that just pushes out. Hasn't been glued in. Yeah, some sort of gunk around it. These separate individual things. Oh, they are actually. Thought that was a pair. Looks like they're individual. Right. That was one that looked like the thread had gone a bit. Yeah, I'll clean it up a bit first, I think. Right, that's those off. Right, coils. I need to keep these end pieces, I think, if I can reuse them. I will. Right. Screwdriver. Oh. Tight. Right, might have to break out the impact driver, I think. It's moved. loose. Loose. These ones need a bit more. That one. It's just this last one is a bit. That one does not want to go. Oh, hell no. That's always the last one. You might have to drill that one out, I think. That does not want to move. No, that ain't going to go. Drill that one out. These other ones are all loose. Just that last one. Yeah, I'll leave them in place while I just drill this out, I think. Pretty corroded. Threads are right, it's just the countersink and the shank. Ah, different sizes. Right, hopefully. Can I move this now? If I can ping the end off, because that is still under there. Might need to drill a bit more off there, I think. Try not to go too far because I don't want to upset the countersink. Yeah, I'm going to have to drill in there again. Right, got it off. I thought these were reusable, these ends, but perhaps they're not. Perhaps I need to get new, perhaps they changed the design or something. I thought these sort of like come off, because the new coil has just got like pins on the end, so you need some sort of mounting. Yeah, they don't seem as though they're removable, so all that was a bit pointless. I suppose I can get the little bit of mica out of there, the insulation. Can reuse that. Yeah, couple of the screws I can reuse. Yeah, I didn't exactly get that's why I was having trouble drilling that out. I didn't exactly get in the centre. Yeah, so yeah, to go into that a little bit, that don't really matter. Yeah, I think I do need those, so we'll keep those. Yeah, coil is off. There seems to be a load of sort of gungy stuff here, where someone's tried to seal the wires up, the looks of it. Yeah, I don't quite know what that is. Right, I should be able to get this. Can I get that out there now? No, I need to remove these, I think, first. Yeah, I mean, you can see the little contact there better now. Where the little carbon bit sits. Right, I'm going to have a look and see if I can actually get... Oh, that's off. Solder's broke. Yeah, see if I can actually get these, because they don't seem to be removable. Right, these other ones come off from the rear, and I think I want to, do I want to number them? No, I shouldn't need to number them, because they'll be connected to, one's on the yellow wire, one's on the red wire. Yeah, they just screw in from the back, and let's hope that they aren't so difficult to undo. Well, that moved, I saw it. And that one. Right, I'll just carry on round and release them all. When they work, they really work. We're going to have a last screw scenario again. Oh, shit in there. Loose, 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 and loose. Right, okay, I'll get those off. Right, screws are all out. Some sort of earth there, yeah. These wires might need replacing. What's that? Oh no, it's a bit of sleeve. A bit of sleeving. Right, coils. That's That's probably why that gunge was there. Probably should be another little grommet on that one. Right, that's that lot off. I shall now need to do a little bit of cleaning, which you won't want to watch because that's boring. And well, that wire is damaged there. Actually, I'll probably need to replace these wires, I think. Right, a little bit of a problem if I want to use this. I've just removed the screws that were in these fixing holes, where that will go. And someone has drilled out the threads. So they should be threaded like they are on there. Those ones, the other ones come through from the other side, so it doesn't matter. So that's a bit of a problem because there's just not enough gap there to get a nut on the top if you want to come through from the other side with the screw or a bolt. You'd never get a nut on the top unless you kind of milled a bit away, which yeah, I'm not sure how much I'd have to take away. I really took a little bit off that one because that's where I did a little bit of a repair there, where that where I drilled that in the wrong place. I just had to sort of plug it. Unfortunately, that did wander off a little bit because this laminated part of the bracket is a little bit softer than the steel I put in, so it was trying to pull one way, but it'll hold down, that's not a problem. Yeah, so I'm going to have to clean up this one which yeah is not in as good a condition as that one, I don't think, which is a bit of a shame, but there we are. And I'll also have to just take the oil seal out of there and put it in here because this one is no good. So yeah, a little bit of a clean up to do, and also these want a little bit of a clean up, and I am going to do a little bit of rewiring. I think it's this coil here, yeah. I think I'm going to put this coil in parallel with the primary on this, unwind the secondary, and I'm going to fit an external coil. Yes, because the coil I ordered is not correct. I'll show you when it gets here, but it's it'll fit the other engine I've got, the other Villiers engine, but won't fit this because this is a sports coil, competition coil. It's different to the one I've ordered. These, if you want a new one of these, you have to send in the old one, not on a return basis. And as I've sort of had to do a little bit of re-drilling there, and I may not may not accept that. So yeah, so it's sort of plan B really. Yeah, so we'll have a look and see. Well, it'll be interesting anyway to unravel this, unwind that, and see what's inside. But yeah, and that is also going to need a little bit of a de-rust as well. Yeah, but first I think I'll get on and clean this up. Right, I'm now going to start to disassemble this. I think I'm going to have to cut this off first. Standing knife is a bit blunt, but I can get it started somewhere. Start peeling it back. I know when they do this in the where they rewind them, they go straight in with a chisel. Just lock the whole thing in half, but as I want to retain the primary winding, I just need to be a bit more delicate with it. Right, this might take some time, so I will just get the camera out of the way and bring it back when I've peeled all this off, but you can kind of see how yeah, difficult that is. Right, so I've got through the first wire. Yeah, see, there's the pickup. Can't see the other end of the wire. Perhaps that was where the problem was. Now this is really, really fine stuff. Yeah, I can't even see whether... Yeah. I think there should be a bit of sort of tape behind here, a bit of copper tape. A bit of plastic. Yeah, can't see where that was come through there. Oh, there's the wire. Oh look, cut right through it. That'd be along my cut line, wouldn't it? Yeah, can't see it. Pretty well soaked in varnish, give them that. Yeah, it's just a matter of gradually peeling this back, I think. Right, I'll carry on and get a little bit further with it. Right, I think that's about as far as I dare go. It does look to me like that layer coming up there is, that's not a scratch there by the way, it's a wrinkle in the varnish. It does look like that is heavier gauge wire, so I think I'm going to stop there. Quit while you're ahead and all that. And we have still got some continuity. 0.8, 0.7, 0.7. Right, yeah, so what I was thinking about doing is pairing that with this, which is one of the lighting coils. which is 0.6, 0.5. Yeah, so I was going to put them in parallel. So that one will mount on that side. That one will mount that side, and then the two lighting coils here, which I've yet to just give a little bit of a clean up, can go on those two corners. Yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, so I need to get some wire on here, connect that all up, and yeah, go from there. Right, so there we are. I've got that one lighting coil wired through to there and out through there, so that will go up to the external coil that I'm going to fit, and hopefully that will give me enough juice to operate that coil. Right, so now I can get the other two fitted. Yeah, just need to give these a little bit of a clean up first, and fit another output wire on there. That's the other two coils, lighting coils fitted, and a little tail. I've just got to connect up to the little output there, and probably just block the other one up. I only need the one, don't I? Yeah, so that's just got to be soldered on the back, and just waiting for a bit of Delrin to make a little plug bit there for the wire to come out, and oil seal. Yeah, I couldn't actually get that out in one bit, so I'm going to have to get a new oil seal, but that's no problem. Can do that. It's been a long day trying to carefully peel this back without you know, going too far. Bit more wiring completed. I just teed in under there, another piece of heat shrink, this wire here, which will go which will connect up to the points. So what I need to do is that is mounted on there like that. There's a little hole here, which my wire will fit down. I'll do one-handed, so that can go through there, through that hole, to pick up the points, which will be in here, and then I'll just need to make have a little connector there, so I can plug it in and out as required. So that'll be the next sort of bit to do. And the other thing I intend to do is this stud on the back here, I'm going to use that as an earthing point. So that's at the front there, where that blue wire comes out as well, it's near there. So what I'll do is just have an earthing point here, and I'll run it in with this wire paired together, and that can go up to the coil, so it can ground the coil. Yeah, so it's all coming along. I just need to find another grommet for in there. Seems to only had one that size, so I need to get some more grommets. I now need to fit the points in here, ready to go. Yeah, I mean, this is how I got it. It's completely bare, so I don't know how it all goes together. All I've got to go on is this diagram, which is a little bit blurry, not particularly that good, and I've got a collection of parts. I've got the set points, got the little pad which I've already put the little felt thing in, which is that there. That's easy enough to spot. Got a back plate, I'll see that, that's part of the points, and I've got this little fitting kit in with a food washer, screws and springs and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on. I think I'll leave that to last because I know where that's got to go, so forget about that for a little while. I haven't said that might be really awkward to put that in last, but we shall see. Back plate, looks like it goes on that way round. A little pin there, I'm assuming that goes over there. Does seem to fit, lines up with these holes. Okay, that's easy enough, isn't it? Right, points. Assume that's a little springy bit. Which is, let's see a little bit. That on the diagram. Get everything in shot. Yeah, definitely see that. Yeah, that little bit there on the diagram. So it looks like there's a little brass knobbly bit, which must be that. Looks like it goes through there. Then there's some sort of spacer, bush, insulator, not sure what. Might have to consult the old list, I think, and write down what these things are, because yeah, could be anything. So nearly got stumped at the first hurdle. I was trying to work out what this screw here is and the washer, and seems to be for there, for this hole here, which is not included in that fitting kit, and it's supposed to be an Allen head screw, as in the little old maintenance manual. Well, I just read about how to time. Just say to reset the timing, remove the solder from the head of the Allen screw, D. Yeah, which is that. Slacken the screw. On later engines the screw is not soldered. I don't even have the screw, so I found the part number for it, but it doesn't seem as though you can get them. I couldn't even find a picture of one, let alone what thread it is, although a 4BA does seem to fit. So I found a screw. It's not Allen head, it's flat head, but I can't find a washer big enough. Typical, isn't it? Fouled by a washer. But I did find a large headed 4BA, 2BA, sorry, it's 2BA thread, Phillips head screw. So for now, until I can find a larger washer, because it's not ideal, this screw really, but for now, just to hold it in place, it will do. I can always replace that at a later date, but at least I can actually tighten it down, get on and do what I want to do. Right, so that's that. Yeah, so I've now marked on this piece of, on this printout, what everything is. So I think the first thing to assemble is everything that goes on the end of this spring piece here, which I'd start to do with that. So what we have is that. Then we have a fibre bush, which is that. Sort of like top hat bush. Looking at the picture, seems to go on that way round. Right, so that's that. So, and then next bit is fibre washer. Now I'm going to assume that this bush goes in that hole on the points plate, because there'd be no point in putting another fibre washer unless it was actually going through something. So the other fibre washer in this kit is this one. So I'm going to assume that is the one. Fibre washer. Next bit is, it's got a 4BA shake-proof washer, although there doesn't seem to be a shake-proof washer in this kit. The only other thing there seems to be is a brass washer, which is about the right size, so I'm going to assume that that brass washer needs to go on there. And then a nut. Right, so that can all be tightened down, but I think you've got to be careful not to over tighten, because that is only a brass fitting in there. Right, so I'll give that a little nip up. Right, so that's that bit. So this obviously needs to go on. I think this needs to bend round actually. Is that spring? Yes, it is like spring. Yeah, so that is your other contact, which is going to go on that way round. So that needs to be bent round. A spring needs to go in there. You can see bits are going to go all over the place, can't you? Yeah, so this little spring needs to go in there. On the other side of this little, is that a spring or is it just, maybe it's just a contact. Yeah. Onto that little pip on there, I would assume. Yeah. So that needs to go like that. That needs to go like that. Oh, not even in shot, am I? Right. There probably is an easy way to do this. Right, without that pinging everywhere, I need to get this on this post. Like that. Okay. That looks about right. A lot of tension on that spring. And to hold this on, there is a washer and a split pin. Washer. Split pin. Right, I'll just half bend that for now, just in case we have to take anything off. And the final thing is, where are we? A little screw here, which is supposed to have a washer, which I've run out of washers in the kit, so yeah, let's just put that in without a washer for now, and we'll have to find some suitable size. What have I got? Let's just have a look, see if I've got any really small washers. Right, we're in my quest to find a little washer to fit this. Could have been a little bit bigger, but that will do. And that is a metric one, so it's not quite right. I found a washer to fit that. Yeah, like I say, that is also metric, but yeah, that will do for now. So I'll swap this little crosshead one over and pop this little cheese head screw in there. Like that. Yep, change this over. And I'll see if I can find a, what did I say it was, 2BA. 2BA little Allen screw to go in there. If that's what it's meant to be. So that's for your timing, and that's for your points gap, either of which I can set at the moment. So the only thing left to do is fit that in there, which I need a screw, which I need to find out what size that needs to be. Yeah, well, there we are. That's the points fitted. Yeah. Oh, no, I've done. I also need to fit a wire on here, don't I? Of course I do. What an idiot. Right, I'll make up a short piece of wire and fit that on there. Which means I'm probably going to have to take this off again, because it's going to be a little bit easier, I think, to fit that. Yeah. Okay. Low tension wire connected, ready for linking up with the other bit, with that bit. Not that bit. Yes, that bit. Just need a grommet to go in there. I can push that through, can then put a terminal on each end of those wires, and they'll be ready to connect up then. So I think that is it as regards to points. I'll give this another little clean up. So once I've got everything ready, so I'm waiting for a grommet, or I need a grommet for that, one for that. What else? Oh, oil seal. Yeah, oil seal. Once the oil seal is in, grommets are in, I can get all this back on. I've also ordered some heat shrink, so I'm going to put all this in heat shrink so I can run it up the frame to where the coil is going to sit, which I have got somewhere. Yeah, and I just need to mount some sort of P-clips just to hold the coil up there, and the condenser will go up there as well. So yeah, we're sort of kind of getting there really.